we're going to hear a lot about positional value on the opening night of the NFL draft. And that's because some of the top prospects play positions that aren't typically associated with the premium positions usually taken at the top of the draft. Now, we have a linebacker, safety, or running back expected to go in the top 5. Now, most of this positional value centers around contracts because the NFL has a fixed rookie wage scale that's based on when a player is drafted, regardless of the position he plays. So, for example, as the first overall pick, Fernando Mendoza is going to sign a 4-year, $58.2 million contract. Now, that $14.5 million average over the first 4 years would make Mendoza the 18th highest paid quarterback by average annual value. But that ranking undersells the raw difference between the $14.5 million he'll make and the potential $50 million he could make, as some of the top quarterbacks make on their second contract. So that gap goes for other highly paid positions such as wide receiver, tackle, and edge rusher. So the raw value difference and the immediate ranking among the league's top earners are usually used as reasons to avoid taking other positions early on in the draft. But if we look at positional value this way, that also assumes there's an efficiently calibrated market, and that's probably giving the NFL a ton of credit in pricing out these positions correctly. And I'm just not sure that's always the case, right? We've seen the top of the market at other positions, like such as wide receiver, increase because of player movement. And that's just something we haven't gotten at positions like linebacker or safety, especially where the top 5 safeties have all signed extensions with the team that currently drafted them. Like, we could also consider getting a player such as Kyle Hamilton at $25 million per year, or a linebacker like Fred Warner at $21 million per year, as a market inefficiency itself. And then we can look at the on-field aspect, where the game is going right now. We just saw an increase in the usage of multiple tight end sets on offense, and defenses needed to figure out how to counter. Some of the league's best defensive units featured either a defensive back who could play the role of a linebacker and take on some of those bigger personnel bodies, or they had a linebacker who could move and cover like a defensive back. That archetype of player is becoming increasingly valuable on the field, and both Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs, the 2 players who we're kind of talking about right now, would qualify. In the modern game, we've already seen players like these at these positions be able to transform what a defense can do. Players like Downs and Styles shouldn't have to become like the best players at their positions to be selected early on in the draft. But it wouldn't be surprising if we look back on the 2 of them as the 2 best players selected in this draft, regardless of what their second contract says.